Hello, doctor. My name is Dr. Bill Kriva, and I'm a coach with AMC, and I'd like to ask you a question today. How would you like to have more referrals in your office? I've never asked that question of any chiropractor yet and not had them say, yes, I would like to have more referrals. Another question, how would you like to have your patients out in the community talking about you and saying good things about you and about your office? And even more important, how would you like to have the energy levels in your office come up and the enthusiasm in yourself and your staff go up as a result of your conversations with your patients? What I'm about to share with you today is a simple conversation that you can have with your patient that can do all of these things. I'm going to give you a demonstration. This is a little bit like how it would go in your office. Well, Mr. Jones, I know that you've been coming in to see us now for a couple of visits, and it looks like things are coming along pretty well. What kind of changes have you seen so far in your condition? Oh, Doc, you remember when I first came in to see you? I couldn't stand up. Remember, I was standing off at an angle and I could hardly walk down the hall. Do you remember that? Well, yes, I do, Mr. Jones. Actually, that wasn't real good, was it? No. Take a look at what I can do now, Doc. I'm standing up straight. I can walk down the hall. I'm not having any pain. I feel absolutely fantastic. You know what, Mr. Jones? That is awesome. That's why I get out of bed every morning, because I get to hear stories like that back here. You know, Mr. Jones, that is so good. Would you do me a favor? Would you tell Gina up at the front desk what you just told me? Because I get to hear these things all the time back here in the back room here, but she never gets to hear that up at the front desk. Would you tell her what you just told me? Well, sure, Doc, I'd be happy to. Then you take that patient and you bring them up to the front desk, and you know, Gina, would you do me a favor and ask Mr. Jones what he just told me in the back there? And Mr. Jones goes on and tells her his fantastic story. And while Mr. Jones is telling Gina up at the front desk this fantastic story, there's other people sitting out in the front room that are hearing that story as well. And if Gina's trained properly, she'll get Mr. Jones to tell the story to somebody else. What's the whole point? In telling this story, you elevate the enthusiasm level in your office for what kind of results you're achieving with your patient. And what have you done? You've taught that patient how to testify to other people, to tell other people the kind of results that they've gotten from you and from their experience in your office. And if any of you have ever gone fishing, doctor, if you've been fishing in the past, you know that every time you tell the fish story, the fish gets bigger, right? So as we're getting this patient to share their story over and over and over again, they're getting proficient at telling other people, and the story gets better and better as time goes on. Then when they're out in the community and someone walks up and says, man, you know what, my back is killing me, they just roll right into this story and start telling them about their experience in your office. And this is where you can generate referrals in your office. This is one simple little conversation that you can have, and it's one simple little technique that we teach within AMC. I have a limited amount of time to share with you today. So what I would suggest is, if you like this and you'd like to learn more, maybe consider coming to join us at an AMC boot camp. We have these boot camps around the country, and in the boot camps we go into these types of conversations in tremendous detail, and we give you the tools that you need to help elevate the energy levels in your practice and help generate more referrals. So hopefully I'll have an opportunity to meet you at an upcoming boot camp, and in the meantime, I hope you have a fabulous day.